Am I live? I can't tell. Well, we're just going to assume. Oh, I am live. Whoa, this is cool. Okay. This is the first live. I had to get everything set. It was a pain in the butt. And then I would try and it would just go circle, 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 circle. It's a pain. So anyway, we're live. So I've been watching YouTube, the news, and Truth Social and X, and following what's been going on with Trump's first 6 days. So we know that he hit the ground running, and he's still running. And last night, Pete Hegseth was confirmed. So we now have our new Secretary of Defense, and he is going to clean up the military, and it's about time. I'm tired of taxpayer dollars going to pay for gender reassignment surgery. And if I was a soldier, I certainly wouldn't want someone who's got a mental condition. I'm sorry, there's two sexes. You're born one, and that's what you are. You can cut things off. You can implant stuff. But DNA and biology don't lie. So if you're born a man, you can get implants. You can cut it off. But you're still going to be a man. When you die, they're going to look at your pelvic bones and that was a man. Woman, she dies. They look at the pelvic bones in your skeleton. Oh, that was a woman. Doesn't matter if you wore a beard and had a plastic dingleberry. So Pete Hegseth is in. So I'm just going to run through some things that Benny Johnson he announced 14 hours ago that Mexico refused a U.S. deportation flight, preventing it from landing. My opinion on this? Well, we've been sending money to every country around the world practically. And thankfully, Trump has said no foreign aid. What, for 90 days, 6 months? Yeah. We need to take care of people at home. Thankfully, he was in North Carolina yesterday, and they're going to get some help. And he kind of read good old New Scum, the Riot Act. According to Shadow of Ezra on... What? Oh, sorry about that. What is going on? Okay. Hopefully that'll work. Anyway, according to Shadow of Ezra on X, Donald Trump declared that California looks like it was hit by a bomb after taking an aerial tour to witness the devastation firsthand. Earlier in the day, he remarked, "Looks like something hit it." Well, if you see this picture, let me see. I don't know if I can do this. You see that right there? I don't know if it's clear, but right there, that is a DEW weapon, directed energy weapon. Yeah, that's what hit it. That's why houses and buildings are destroyed, but the vegetation isn't. I've been through country that's had fires, and everything's black. The trees, there's no vegetation. It's black. It's not like that in some of these neighborhoods that have been destroyed. So, then yesterday there was some news about good old Barack. Evidently things aren't really great at home with Michael. And so there was some talk about Barack and Jennifer Aniston having an affair. Personally, I don't care. I don't care who Hollywood sleeps with. I don't care who. It's like, there's more important things. Of course, I'm talking about it. But I was going to say, there's more important things to think about and worry about than what some Hollywood star who she's banging. And I guess that would make Barack, let's see, gay or bi or one of the other bazillion genders orientations that they've tried to come up with. So, let's see what's new. Okay, here's Maria Shriver. Good old Maria, Democrat all the way. The more I think about Trump's threat to withhold aid to fire victims, California should think about making its federal taxes contingent on responsible federal action. I'm sorry, your governor screwed up. Let the water flow into the ocean so he could save a minnow. Prepositioned everything. I can guarantee that this was planned. And there's some things going on beyond the scene. And I'm in Texas. We should not spend a dime digging y'all out from what the governor did. Take care of your own. Close your borders. Okay. Send the illegals home. Stop giving them free everything. And turn your attention to your own people. And you folks in California that lost your places, be careful. Because they're going to try and steal your land. It's going to take you years to rebuild, if ever, with all the regulations. Okay, so evidently there's some talk about 4 career police officers evidently committed suicide from the horrors they saw on January 6th. The older, what's his, Millen, anyway, you can't see this. I'm going to have to get used to this, guys. The older Millen, whatever his name is, he said, police officers don't kill themselves because they witnessed a riot. They get killed when the Democrats don't want them to testify. Wow, that's pretty spot on. Then Jesse Stanbridge replied, if the FBI won't investigate it, they're in on it. If the media won't report it, they're in on it. If Congress won't talk about it, they're in on it. Now you know what's going on. And I agree with Stop Socialist. He said the January 6th narrative is falling apart and it's time to wake up. It's sad that some people are so quick to believe anything with the media tells them without questioning facts. Oh, isn't that the truth? Okay. Police officers are brave men and women who put their lives on the line every day. They don't kill themselves over witnessing a riot. And that's true. But we all know the Democrats. There are some in the Democratic Party who have no problem shutting up those who would testify against them. There's even a term for it. It's called Arkancided. I'll let you figure out who that refers to. Okay, so what else we've got here? Oh. Okay, here's a question. This is truther for truth, TM. True then enforcer Q, whatever his name is. His comment, see if I can get back there. What about the 10 NYPD officers that committed suicide after viewing the Anthony Weiner's life insurance video showing HC doing something nefarious? Yeah, I'd heard about that. And some of them that saw it didn't kill themselves, but they threw up. It was so nasty. Um, and so this was, let's see. Yeah, good old Hillary. This is meme. This meme. I don't know if I've got to get to so you can see this. And is it going to be? Oh no, it shows right. Can you read it? Let me see. Okay. See, I really have got to work on this. That right there. This right here is why I Arkansas people. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people commenting on that about the 10. Okay, so what else we have going on? Um, John Rich posted a question, and I'm going to answer what I think of. He says, a little experiment. Who comes to mind when you hear the title Dr. Death? I can tell you exactly who comes to mind, and it's Dr. Anthony Fauci. That man needs to be turned over to Russia. Since good old Biden pardoned him, I'm sure we have an extradition treaty with Putin, Russia. Let them charge him, and we'll help load him on the plane and send him over to Russia so they can deal with Dr. Death. Okay. Oh, here's some good news. This is from Leah Rain. More winning. Trump's national security advisor, Mike Waltz, has sent dozens of National Security Council staffers responsible for Ukraine, Iran, and North Korea home, suspending them from their jobs. Ah, too bad. The decision was so sudden, it left some officials unable to physically leave the White House complex because their badges stopped working. As a result, Secret Service agents had to manually open the gates for those whose passes had been deactivated. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, libs of TikTok. Federal employee freaks out about Doge not being able to work remote and about DEI being abolished. And then she shares a video probably from TikTok. I'm going to have to do something about that. That's just, okay. We'll work out. It'll get better, I promise. This is the first one y'all get to experience. Of course, I don't have anyone watching. So let's see. Today, a duck farm in operation since 1908 shut down to euthanize their entire flock of 100,000 ducks. Bird flu has killed more than 13 million U.S. birds. Let me tell you something. Bird flu is another COVID, as far as I'm concerned. And y'all can shut me down. I don't care. It is. It's another made-up crap virus that's going to be hyped all out of the world to instill fear on people so people will get the next jab that they send down the line. More than a dozen cats sick or dead from bird flu. Yeah, right. I don't believe it either. And Rachel Maddow is crying. Poor thing. That's just so sad. She's a joke. Yeah, good old MAGA voice shows a video of MTG exposing Dr. Fauci for going to a baseball game during the shutdown while everyone else was forced to stay home. He was one of the only people in the stadium. Yeah, we can't see it. Yep. There it is. She's holding that up, showing it. Oh, I didn't know this. This is a good one. Matt Van Swall posted this in X. So let me get this straight. President Trump is sending the Army Corps of Engineers back to Western North Carolina to help us fix all the roads and bridges. So can someone please tell me, why didn't Biden do this for us anytime in the past 4 months? Because he didn't want to. Oh, Elizabeth Warren's melting down. Pete Hegseth's confirmation will make our nation less safe. It's a sad and dangerous day when Republican senators put loyalty to President Trump ahead of our national security. I'll tell you what, our nation will be a whole lot safer with Pete Hegseth in there. And some DK responded, do you ever tell the truth about anything, Liawatha? Yeah, I agree with another post. Anthony Fauci deserves a 6-foot by 8-foot prison cell. Yeah, I agree. Of course, they have these questions that, Tucker Carlson, I don't know if it's him really. I want from you to be honest for this question, which that doesn't sound like good English at all. Do you agree that closing the border is a more important issue than climate change? Yeah. So let's see. From the people freaking out about the fact we are only acknowledging 2 genders in the United States of America, can you please list the genders that we have omitted? They can't. They can give you a multitude of orientations, mental conditions, but 2 genders, there's only 2. That's biology. That's DNA. That's chromosomes. 2. Okay. Oh yeah. I don't think he can do it, but someone asked, should the Trump administration remove all statues and murals of George Floyd? He was a criminal. And the whole George Floyd thing was used to bilk people out of bazillions and and make the head of BLM wealthy. And of course, several of her mansions in California have burned down. It's a shame. I'm lying. Interesting about this flashback. The FBI was ordered by Barack Obama not to arrest Hillary Clinton. CIA John Ratcliffe. Lisa Page confirmed to me under oath that the FBI was ordered by the Obama DOJ not to consider charging Hillary Clinton for gross negligence in handling of classified information. Yeah. I wonder what she had on him. We probably already know. Mike. Mitch McConnell immediately walked over and celebrated with the Democrats after voting against Hegseth. I'll tell you what I noticed, because I was watching when they were counting. Do you know what Democrat voted for Hegseth? Fetterman. And I heard yesterday that there's a Democrat senator, that is planning on switching parties this coming week. How much you want to bet it's good old Fetterman? Which I think is hilarious. I think, and I've said this a lot, it's time to get rid of Mitch McConnell. He needs to be voted out. The people of Kentucky need to get him out. I call him Turtleneck. Okay. Yeah. Phil Hegseth in congratulating evidently his brother. So tons of Trump flags spotted in LA yesterday. People want massive political changes after watching Democrat incompetence burn their city down. That was posted by DC Drano. And he has a photo of an overpass. And standing on the overpass are all kinds of people, red hats, flags flying, U.S. flags, Trump flags, MAGA flags. Paul A. Zapula, I'm not pronouncing the name right. Post, Mexican man at PTA meeting complains about the school system in America. And a man responds, "Why didn't you stay in Mexico?" So John McCormick gives a statement that McConnell made about voting against confirming Hegseth. McConnell said, "The most consequential cabinet official in any administration is the Secretary of Defense. In the face of the greatest threats to U.S. national security interests since World War II, this position is even more important today. Major adversaries are working closer together to undermine U.S. interests around the world." Blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you what, the problem with Mitch McConnell, he's a war hawk. He makes money when we have war, just like a lot make money when the United States is at war. War is a money-making operation. And it's time to get out. You know, there's a scripture in Jeremiah 50, chapter 50 or 51, where it's talking about Babylon and the fall of Babylon. And you can't read that and think that it's describing ancient Babylon, because so much of it is pointing to things that didn't describe ancient Babylon. And one of those is it calls this Babylon the hammer of the whole earth. And every time I hear about the United States trying to impose our system of republic democracy and on any other nation around the world, or sticking our nose in local conflicts, I'm reminded of that verse. And if that's a prediction, a prophecy about some future Babylon, I'll tell you what, I sure think future Babylon is the United States. In fact, I even wrote a book on it. I'll post the link below. It's my research into end time events. Oops. That was the alarm. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to let y'all go. I got out of the hospital yesterday. Day before. Thursday. I had gone in on Wednesday for shock to the heart because I have AFib. And so they were going to shock it back into normal rhythm. It didn't work. They did a shocked at 200, whether is that volts, whatever, 200, 300, and 360. Didn't change it. I had not expected to be in the hospital overnight. So I was in the hospital, and I have an issue with most of the medical community. I don't trust them. For one thing, well, for one, I haven't trusted them for many, many years, which is why I don't take, the thing don't do that. Haven't for years. Don't do it for my animals either. Um, but anyway, when I went in, I said, now I've got a broken rib, and it was towards the sternum, right underneath the right breast. I said, and it hurts. Well, I ended up walking out. I stayed the night, Wednesday night, and Thursday morning, I said, I'm done. I'm done. The nurses were great, but this hospital had recently, in the last year or two, been bought, and it's a whole lot different. And when I wasn't able to get what I wanted to eat for breakfast, which was 2 scrambled eggs and turkey bacon, I couldn't get eggs because I'm allergic to eggs. Well, I happen to know I am able to eat eggs as long as I don't eat them every day. If I eat them every day, I'm going to have I don't know if y'all can see that, eczema. And so then I couldn't do that. So I said, okay, then give me some sugar-free chocolate pudding. Now, here's the thing. During the night, I was so hungry because you can't eat before you have the procedure from 11 o'clock the night before. So from 11 until 4 in the afternoon, I hadn't had anything to eat. I was finally able about 5 o'clock, 4 or 5 somewhere, get something to eat. And all I could get to eat on their heart healthy menu, which has margarine and non-dairy coffee creamer, and has all kinds of things with food dyes and equal aspartame, and of course fruits and vegetables I can't eat. So the only thing I could eat was a single burger patty and a cup of broth and tea. That's it. So in the middle of the night, I got hungry, and they brought me from the floor refrigerator 2 sugar-free chocolate puddings. That was okay. That got me through until next morning for breakfast. So when I couldn't get the eggs, and I don't eat cereal, I don't eat fruit because it causes eczema, triggers eczema. Plus, you got a lot of carbs, and they have all kinds of processed food, chemical laden foods. But and of course, you can't have pork, sausage. It's got to be turkey. What are they going to do when the turkeys all die from a bird flu? Anyway, so I said, well, fine. Give me the sugar-free chocolate pudding. Oh, you can't have that. It's you're allergic to milk. And again, I happen to know that usually I'm okay. It doesn't cause, I get skin reactions. I don't get anaphylaxis from milk or cream or any dairy. Well, so they wouldn't, and so I got upset. The nurse who was standing next to outside the room, she says, well, do you want an AMA? I said, yeah, which is leave against medical advice. So I did. I waited for the doctor because he called. They called him to report I was leaving. He said, please wait. He got there. I told him why I was leaving. And the whole thing, normally my heart rate is between 90 and 100. When I'm home doing nothing, relaxing, 90 and 100. Laying in that bed after that procedure, my heart didn't go below 119. It was 120, 130. It was going, I don't know what they did. So anyway, I left, came home, relaxed, let Cat sit in my lap. I was fine. Middle in the afternoon yesterday, I started getting itchy. And on this finger here, my right index finger, And I had these little tiny blisters, they're still there. And that is indicative of an eczema flare. So I'm going, okay, what did I eat? Had to have been the chocolate pudding. So that's what I pay. That's how I pay. But I have to live with it. And if I treat it and I don't, and I avoid the allergen from that point on, I won't have a problem. So anyway, so I'm recovering from the hospital visit. And, but I'm doing good. But my heart rate has been down between 90 and 100 since coming home. My blood pressure's down. And one, I don't know what happened during the procedure. But now I have a broken rib under the arm. So I don't know what happened, whether they threw me around or what, but not only is the rib broken on the one side, it's now broken on the other side. So it makes it hard to laugh and talk, which I'm doing a fine job of talking. Anyway, so I'll have some links below to the book I mentioned. And maybe one day when I do a live chat, I'll actually have someone in the chat. Until then, y'all have a good day. Bye-bye. Well, let's see if I can turn this off. There we go.